Hey, what's up guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today we're going to talk about Palantir and why I decided to buy in and what I sold so that I could afford to buy into this position. You ready? Let's get started. So this channel is all about using online income like merch by Amazon and Etsy to build our income online and invest this income in things like the stock market and real estate. If that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So Palantir is my newest investment. It is very similar to WiseKey, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I did have to sell a stock in order to be able to buy into this stock, and the stock that I sold was At Home. At Home has some great growth potential in the future. I stand by everything that I said about that company. They are undervalued for what they are bringing to the market right now, and they have staying power in the future. However, the growth opportunity for At Home just really does not keep pace with what the growth opportunity for Palantir is. So for those reasons, I'm out of At Home and I am into Palantir. And let's talk about exactly why I made this move and what Palantir does that is so appealing to me and why I think it has the future to possibly 10 to 20x in the future. So let's get started. Now, first of all, let's talk about the fact that I have a different stock that is almost an antagonist to Palantir, and I talked about Palantir in the WiseKey video that I did recently. And in that video, I talked about the fact that WiseKey is a personal digital identity protection company, and what they do is secure your digital identity, and in the future they have the potential to make a monetization of your personal digital identity. So if someone wants to use your identity and your behavior and your digital information to determine what they need to do as far as a business to market to you, you can charge that business for the right to access your digital identity and your digital information and behavior. So that is where Palantir comes in as being the antagonist to WiseKey. WiseKey is all about protection of your personal digital identity. Palantir is about finding out about your digital identity and finding out everything they can about you in the digital Internet of Things space. So that is why I believe that these two things together are going to be complementary, even though they are technically antagonists to each other. So for those reasons, that is the first reason that I found Palantir so enticing, is because why not be on both sides of the battle? Why not win on both sides and be able to, if one is doing better than the other, then you're able to win 2 times over. Anyway, so that's where I'm at right now as far as why I chose Palantir in addition to WiseKey, and the reason that these are not they are two sides of the same coin, but they are not exactly the exact same thing, if that makes any sense. But anyway, let's move on to Palantir and what, in my opinion, makes them very appealing as an investment right now. First of all, what I loved about this company whenever I heard it is the fact that it was a long-term play. If you know me and you're new to this channel, know that I am a very long-term person. I am a long-term investor. I'm not in Palantir for the next 10 to 12 months. I'm in Palantir for the next 5 to 10 years. And I believe that over the next 5 to 10 years, I'm more than going to 10x my money. And for this reason, I love Palantir because they have been in business for 17 years, and for some reason, we haven't really heard about them up until the last maybe year and a half. And that is incredibly impressive to me because it shows that they are dedicated, they have an extreme belief in what they're doing, and they have the mindset to make it long term. This is not a pump and dump. This is not a quick turnaround thing that they can try to make money and just be a flash in the pan like an NFT or something. They are building a legacy company is how it comes across. And so for that reason, I am in Palantir for the long term, and I can't wait to buy more of this stock in the future. And I love the fact that they took 17 years to actually get to this point, and they've been diligently working for that time. So whenever I invest in a stock like Palantir, I want to know that I am investing in a winner. And so what does it mean whenever I say that I am investing in a winner? Well, I want to know that I'm investing in the top class. I don't want to invest in something like Palantir and get Palantir's competitor just because they're, up and coming and something like that, and they have the potential to beat Palantir. I want to invest with a company that is already leaps and bounds ahead of other companies. So Palantir has definitely demonstrated that because their next competitor is Google, and that is saying a lot to say that Palantir is ahead of Google in this space. And we can definitely see that because through those 17 years that Palantir has been building, they have been working with the US military in branches like the Army and the other branches that are in digital information acquisition. So they have been getting funded by the military for hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in the past. And this has given them, over those 17 years, the opportunity to acquire and invest in research and development for things like that. And it has put them leaps and bounds ahead of Google. So even if Google, who does invest in things like the digital identity of people and understanding and procuring information about someone's digital identity and monetizing that, even if Google wanted to compete with Palantir, at this point they are so far behind that it would just not be feasible for them to catch up. Number one, they would have to spend billions to do it. Number two, they would be so far behind in terms of time invested. Like we have said multiple times, Palantir has been doing this for 17 years at a minimum. Google, this is kind of like a part of their business. Understanding your digital activity and your internet presence is a part of Google's business plan. This is Palantir's sole focus. The digital identity and the digitalization of the world is Palantir's sole focus. Well, kind of their sole focus. Anyway, we'll get more on that in a little bit. But anyway, just all of that to say that Palantir is far ahead of Google. Google is their next direct competitor. And so I feel great investing in Palantir because they are, like I said, leaps and bounds ahead of Google as far as money and time. And they're also on the right side of the community. They are on the right side of the fact that there has been a culture war going on against the government and big tech. For those reasons, Palantir actually comes out on top because the big tech overlords are under fire from the government and potentially going to be broken up. And while some people say that could drive stock prices higher, it is really not something that you want to see as a shareholder, that the company you're investing in is being looked at by the government as something that is a negative for the citizenship of our country. So Palantir procuring our information in a decentralized way apart from Google, who is basically taking our information and monetizing it in shady ways, is more advantageous. People are not looking at Google the way that they did in the past. People are looking at Google understanding that Google is somewhat malicious with collecting our data. Whereas Palantir is decentralized and there is no incentive for them to take our data and do anything malicious with it. They are in the industry of containing that data and using it for analytical purposes. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for that reason, they also win against Google because they are on the correct cultural side of the battle of collecting people's digital information. And they are providing a service that transcends the business and personal space. And this is going to make sense in a little bit, but this is because they are able to simulate what a business could do in the future, as well as the potential of simulating our personal lives in a digital form to give us the best information to make better choices for ourselves in the future. And like I said, we'll touch on that a little bit more because that's a real big statement and pretty vague. So anyway, let's get into what they actually do. And I'm still learning about Palantir. If you know anything about Palantir, you know that this stock is, and this company itself has a lot of different aspects to it. It is one of those companies that is just in so many different fields, and what they do is so far-reaching and has so many different applications that it's hard to completely explain it to someone in less than an hour. But we're going to do our best and just stick with me and understand that while I may say something that's not quite true, I hope that you'll correct me kindly in the comments, and I'm definitely open to hearing your perspective on what I might have gotten wrong or what I might have missaid. So if you do decide to let me know that I did something wrong, please understand that I'm not doing it with the intent to mislead anyone. I myself might just misunderstand, so please have a little grace in the comment section. But anyway, moving forward, how I understand Palantir right now is that they are an AI-focused company that is moving towards IA. And what that means is that they are not building a AI machine that is going to do everything for us. While they do have aspects of AI that are broad data collection and help based, the IA portion is intelligence augmented, which means that they are giving you the information. So like we say in Vuzix, which is augmented reality, it is putting an image over what is actually there. Intelligence augmented means overlaying intelligence over your life so that you are able to make better decisions. And what that comes out to is, like we said, not creating an AI machine that makes all of the answers for you, but it is an intelligence machine that gives you the information and runs a simulation of the situation as far as all the information that's available and gives you the best way to move forward. It does not do it for you, but it gives you the intelligence you need to make the correct decision about things. So think of this in terms of military, because this is what they do with the military. They collect all of the information about the US side of a battlefield and the enemy side of the battlefield, the number of troops, the terrain, the weapons and equipment that are at the disposal of both of them, and it runs simulations to give the best possible outcome and the most likely outcome if it were to be run 300 times. So think of this in your personal life now. Whenever it does this for the military and it runs simulation, like 300 simulations, and it gives you what to do to win the battle, think of this from a business perspective. Think of making a digital copy of your business, giving Palantir every aspect of your business, letting them know how you work, and then allowing Palantir to run a simulation based on your community around you or the nation as a whole if you are a national business. And it runs simulations and tells you how best to market to the customers to give them the best product that they want, how to speak to them to get your target customer to understand you in a better way, because Palantir has all of that data at their disposal whenever they're able to collect this data. So they understand each person that you're going after, they understand your business, they understand how you're going to need to communicate to that person to get the most desired result, and you are able to continue to put information into Palantir's algorithm or their AI to give the best results in the future if what you did doesn't work. So all of this is mind-numbingly huge to think about, but when you think about applying this to even your personal life, so we talked about the military, we talked about business, now think about applying that to your personal life. If you are able to run simulations about your personal life, now obviously this isn't going to be helpful in the realm of like romance and love or families and things like that, but if you're able to have Palantir on an app that tells you and monitors what you're doing, and it tells you that you're being too frivolous with your money, you're spending too much on certain things that are not helping you, or you need to be spending more money on investments or things like that, then think about how that could affect your quality of life as a person. This is all stuff that Palantir has the ability to do and the intention with which they're doing it. They are not like Google and Facebook, and they are collecting our data to monetize it and sell it to other people where we get no benefit. They are intending to collect this data, not sell it, but to use it to benefit the lives of their users and the world. This is why Palantir is going to likely succeed, because they are doing it from a better moral standpoint than the tech overlords that are currently doing this. So for those reasons, I think this is a great thing for Palantir, and this is what I really understand them to be as a company. And like we've said before, they are decentralized, which means that Google is centralized. It is not for the benefit of the whole world. It is for the benefit of Google. They are centralized in their information, and they contain that information within Google, and Google sells it and does their own thing with it because that is what they want to do. Decentralized means that there is no benefit to Palantir to collect your data except to provide a benefit to you in your life. That is where Palantir gets its edge, and Palantir is doing, or this is how Palantir works as a business as well, because it gets the information for the business, gives the business the best information that it needs to move forward, and that's how they make their money, and that is decentralizing the information for the business as well. So how is this going to be a power play with WiseKey? Because as we mentioned before, WiseKey is essentially the data protection company, whereas Palantir is the data collection and simulation company. So if you have WiseKey and you have your data protected and your digital identity secured, Palantir is not able to access that data. So what that could lead to, and like we've talked about before, is WiseKey has the ability to give you the option to sell your data to Palantir. Your digital identity that Palantir would be able to access to run these simulations would be for sale. And so that could potentially be a monetary benefit to the people of the world who choose to have their identity digitized, and Palantir would basically put us in a good position to be paid for our digital identities in the future. So that is a very broad thing to say, first of all, and it's just a little bit hard for us to wrap our heads around, but that is potentially what could happen in the future if WiseKey is successful in providing the digital identity protection that it wants to in the future. And let's also talk about what can we expect from Palantir? Why do I say 10 to 20x? Well, because they're valued at around, I think, 40 billion right now, and they're looking at potentially a $1 trillion market cap in the future. This is just beyond anything that I've looked at before, because like we've said before, the business of Palantir transcends personal and business. It is anything and everything as far as the world and the digitization of the Internet of Things, and basically making a data version of the world. So everything in this world is going to need to be digitized. This is a never-ending concept for Palantir, and that means that they have at least, if you did a 6 to 15% growth rate over the next, I think, 20 years, you get a $1 trillion company. Even if they only have 30% of the market, if they have 15% of the market, they become a $500 billion company. So for these reasons, I am super bullish on Palantir. I'm investing heavily, and anytime there are dips, anytime around 20 to 30, I'm going to be buying this stock heavy. And this is where I'm at right now with Palantir. I hope this information is helpful. Again, I am still learning about this company, so if you have any comments or corrections or misunderstandings I might have communicated, please leave them down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this stock, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And remember, someone is going to do something amazing every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.